Death ahoy! Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the end of our journey through the Alien vs. Predator review series as we're finally going to be tackling the movie that brings the two together. As we will be covering, oddly enough, the said movie of AVP Alien vs. Predator, directed by Paul W.S. Anderson. And for those who don't recognize Paul W.S. Anderson's name, you will recognize his movies, which is the very first Mortal Kombat movie, and and pretty much the Resident Evil film franchise. So be afraid, be very afraid, because Paul W. S. Anderson gets a lot of flack for his adaptations, and deservedly so. But I personally think that his original Mortal Kombat movie is actually not that bad, but we'll get to that at a later date. Anyway, let's talk about AVP the film. What can I say about it? Okay, well, this is pretty much the build-up, the culmination. All the films lead up to this movie, the long-awaited showdown between the Alien versus Predator, and it's okay. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not horrible. It's nothing spectacular, but it's nothing that's gonna be like, oh, I hate the world. I want to kill them all. Type of rage, you know. It's just like it's a serviceable movie. Uh, the plot is ridiculous. The characters are cardboard. The performances are, with the exception of Lance Henriksen, the performances are all just there. Everyone seems to be phoning it in. Uh, the fight scenes between the Predator and the Alien are fun to watch. They're actually really fun to look at. You know, they're brutal. They're brutal. They're up close. They're personal. They kick each other's asses. There's one scene where the Predator chops off the alien's head, and you see it slowly fall off its body. There's another scene where the alien stabs the Predator with its tail, sticks it right through him, raises us up, and you get a really cool comic book face-to-face versus screen shot of the Predator and the alien going face to face before the alien takes his the tongue thing that's in his mouth and just like right through the Predator's head. So in terms of its the fighting, it's great, but the problem with this movie is that it focuses more on the characters and its story than it does on the actual fighting, and that's where the movie falls apart because the story is so god awful stupid, and the characters are so boring and cardboard that I don't want to follow these guys. I want to see the Alien versus Predator. Like the whole thing is that and like the whole thing is it's very contrived. So Lance Henriksen plays Charles Bishop Whalen, and his company finds a period buried beneath 2,000 feet of ice in Antarctica. And this is supposedly the first pyramid ever created because it has three different cultures: the Aztecs, the Cambodians, and the Egyptians. So, like, all three of those cultures are in this one pyramid. But, and as the movie progresses, you find out that during the primitive times, when the predators came to Earth, they were worshipped as gods. And as a term of like initiation and hunting, they would bring the xenomorphs to Earth to breed, hunt, and kill them. They would use they would use the humans as hosts to breed the xenomorph life forms for the predators to hunt and kill and gain their stripes, so to speak. So all that is like okay. Okay, so we have the half-assed story of why the predators and the xenomorphs are going at it. I don't really care. I don't really care. I just want to see them go. And the few scenes that they do go, it's fun to look at. Yeah, they just kick all kinds of ass. The xenomorphs and the predators, they just go at it. They have rocket. They got some cool fights. Like I said, like I mentioned, like the predator cutting off the thing's head and the thing stabbing the thing to the stabbing his tail to the body and raising it up, get the comic book shot, and it all looks cool. It looks okay. So like from a directorial standpoint, Paul W.S. Anderson, did a journeyman's job. He did what he needed to do, which is get this thing out, make a movie that's watchable, and it's in this movie it is watchable. Like it's not like I said, it's not like, oh god, I hate the world bad. It's just like, you know what? A couple of beers, a couple of friends, some popcorn. Let's watch a fun movie. That's all it is. This is a popcorn movie. That's all it is. It's all it's designed to be. This isn't meant to rock your world. This isn't meant to give you a stimulating topic of discussion. Like you ain't gonna be sitting on a fancy chair with a bathrobe with a pipe saying, "Well, the Alien versus Predator movie, it really spoke to me. You see, as I dissect all these characters, and I could see the emotional gravitas of each character, and I really was moved by every performance, and the writer spoke to me." Like, you get none of that garbage in this movie because you don't need that crap. There's a time and a place for that sort of movie, and then there's a time and a place to just be like, just get off your fucking high horse and make a movie that's fun to watch. Why does every movie got to be a character study for? I never understood that. Look, time and place for character study movies, and those are awesome. Time and place for the just turn off your brain and have a good time movies. And I think AVP brings that. It's a have a good time movie. It ain't great, but it's, like I said, group of people get smashed out of your mind, watch it, and the movie will be like the greatest thing you'll ever see in your life. And I will not review AVPR Requiem because, well, I'm not going to give a full-length review. I'm just going to tell you right now what I think of AVPR Requiem. It is a steaming pile of horse shizen. AVPR sucks. I hate it. It is trash. The cinematography is trash. The directing is trash. The acting is trash. You can't see none of the goddamn fight scenes because everything is so shrouded in darkness. You gotta squint just to see what the hell's going on because the cinematographer forgot to turn his camera on and he's just like a fucking first-class film student. AVPR Requiem is garbage. It makes the first movie look like an Oscar winner. I know I just did a whole little tirade, but on turning off your brain and crap like that. But comparing the two, Alien vs. Predator, definitely the superior film. The first one. So, anyway, this movie is a solid 6 out of 10. Solid 6 out of 10. It's serviceable. It's watchable. It has some pretty cool fight scenes with the Alien vs. Predator. Also, on a side note, the Queen Alien comes in at the end and she wrecks all kinds of shop. But she'll never be as awesome as she was in Aliens when her and Ripley had that awesome showdown aboard the Sulaco ship. And her demise by the human character, by the lead female in this movie, whose character's name I can't remember because that just goes to show just how unmemorable these characters are. With the exception of Lance Henriksen, because he's a badass, and his character is a tribute to Bishop from Aliens. So, continuity always rules in movies like this. Anyway, 6 out of 10. Serviceable directing, serviceable, cardboard cutout characters, convoluted, contrived story, but the fight scenes between the alien and the predator, though they are very few of them, but the ones you do get, they are fun to watch. They're a bloody good time. The special effects, I'll say the special effects also in this movie are pretty okay. They're not that bad either. There's some instances where they suck, but there's some instances where they're just alright. But the practical effects of the Predator suit itself and stuff like that's just like the original 3 Predator movies. Those are spot on. Anyway, 6 out of 10. It's okay. Like I said, Get drunk, have friends, watch it. You'll love it. Until the next time, I am AJ Legend. Like, comment, subscribe. See you again next time.